Hello, today I'm joined by my guest, Chris Chalkley from Country Properties. How you doing, Chris?
I'm very well, thank you, David.
Chris, we're here today to talk about your experiences with one particular supplier, one that is kind of close to my heart because years and years and years ago, when I inherited an agency, I also inherited a bit of Dezrez along the way as well. And so I have very fond memories of them and their team, but we'll get into that in a second. To what extent, because I know they offer a range of different services, including sort of legal and obviously the CRM. Um, to what extent do you use the services? Do you use the whole package?
I'm pretty deep in, so I'm using the basic Dezrez CRM that for a while they were calling Resi, and now they've gone back to calling it Dezrez again.
Yeah.
We're using the property management software as well, legal services, pretty much everything they offer.
And they are so I hinted at the team behind the scenes there. So if anybody's been down to Desres headquarters in Wales, it's full of really helpful, enthusiastic people. That helps, doesn't it, when you're dealing with CRMs and also legal services, but very often as we are under pressure.
Absolutely, and they as a group, they make you feel like you're part of them, not just a customer. And that's one of the things that we've loved about it. You come up with an idea, you say, look, actually, if the CRM did this, or if PM did this, it'd be so much better, or whatever it might be. And they take you on board. Yeah, they do genuinely. Obviously, as they've got bigger, it's harder to do that. They might have a really big project on the go, but they do get to it. It's not that they just look at you and think, "Oh, forget it." You're just one guy asking for this. They do genuinely look at it.
The code word for kicking it into the long grass is I'll speak to the dev team about that. But they genuinely do act on it, which is
Yeah,
great to hear. So your business, do you use it for sort of sales and also the property management side of it?
yeah. It's everything. So we've been with them for on sale since they were Dezrez one all those years ago. I think
Yeah.
I think we joined them back in, I want to say 2015, and obviously it's been through so many almost like reincarnations, if you like, over the years. And I speak to some people that were using it back when we first were. That when you mention you're on it, they go, "Oh, really?" As if they're shocked you're still on it. But of course they've not seen the reincarnations. They've not seen where it is now. And I've tried out several other CRMs, more recently. Some of the like new boys in the market, some of the big players, and I'm yet to find one that offers everything that Dezrez does as easily to use as Dezrez uses makes it. It is that straightforward for me.
And that's what I mean. You've just touched on it there, but the one thing that kind of sits with me about Desres in general is that it looks good in terms of the actual product because not all CRMs did. Some of it looked like it was stolen out the back end of a
Yeah.
Russian submarine. But it's really functional, but it also is easy to use. Like it's intuitive. So I at least felt when I was training the team, it didn't sort of take too long for them to get to know where everything was because it sort of flows like every other modern system.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and my staff, they've all got their own private dashboards on their computers. You build your own dashboard how you want it, and yeah, it's really good. They keep bringing in new products all the time as well. I mean the um, there are products that we were using elsewhere that I now don't have to because they're built in. They've built their own version of them within Desres. They do their own market appraisal, presentation.
Yeah.
We used to use another service. I mean, I don't know if I should be mentioning the other names, but
We'll guess.
well, absolutely. We used to use another service that would send out a nice pre-market presentation and then a
Yeah.
post-market presentation, and I was paying good money for that. Was quite happy with it. Well, then Desiree has built it into their CRM, as part of the service. Well, that's just instantly saved me money, and I've still got that same service, going on there. They post all the stuff to my social media automatically. It's just a really, really useful bit of kit that does pretty much everything I could want it to do.
No, that makes a lot of sense because I suppose if it's baked in on, under the hood and it's ready to use, I think your team as well is much more likely to use it without having to use several different pieces of software
Yeah,
kind of side by side all together. Dezrez are also fairly well known for their legal services as well. I understand you're a big fan. Tell us a little
huge,
bit about that.
huge fan.
In an era where famously legals aren't number one on our Christmas list, Dezrez are different.
I've I've been in this industry 3 decades. I hate solicitors. I hate conveyancers generally. I think that, and I'm sure they say the same of estate agents, but they are the bane of my life. And the yeah, I, we find with Dezrez, and again, I'm not going to name names. We've got one lady in particular who is our main key case handler, who is absolutely phenomenal. She often is working weekends as well. I get emails from her on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I email back and say, what are you doing working? And she says, oh, I've got nothing else to do. I'm just catching up. Whereas so many, you try and get hold of them on a Friday afternoon and they've already gone home.
Yeah,
It's you phone, we get through to her every single time. She answers the phone. You don't get some minion answering the phone and then telling you that they're in a meeting when they've just sent you an email 3 seconds beforehand, and they're probably not, like you do with so many conveyancers. And they're so efficient. I could not. I can't sing Dezrez Legal's praises anymore. I mean, they are
so,
superb.
so they're keeping your pipeline running.
They are, and of course, cash flow is king. And if that train's not moving, and the beauty as well is they are able to act for both vendor and purchaser. So that can speed the process up. Obviously with most solicitors these days, we're getting our kickbacks.
Yep.
They actually they give a £25 Amazon voucher to the negotiator who referred as well. So I've got negotiators that are earning 150, £200 worth of Amazon vouchers each month,
Yeah,
as well as their
makes a difference.
commission. Absolutely, and it
Yeah.
really prompts them to refer them. And actually, everybody in my office, apart from me, because I've not moved for 23 years, has moved in the last 2 years, either bought or sold a property, and they've all used Dezrez out of choice. That they've gone with them because they were that impressed by their services, and I think it really speaks volumes.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, my last question, and I think I already know the answer to this, but it's always my last question on these things. Chris, would you recommend Desres to other agents?
100%.
There you go, Chris. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy, and we're recording on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. no less. So thank you very much. I will leave you to get on with your week. Thank you.